Bloggers cry about the labels trying to shut them down from posting new unauthorized music. And they cry about it, they get angry about it, but they don't offer an alternative. You know what I mean? In other words, alright, you're mad that they're issuing cease and desist because they don't want you posting this music, but they have a right to do that. I understand where you're coming from. You help generate interest in the artists, and you help generate, in turn, in the long term, sometimes you help generate income for these artists. But you're not doing anything to work in tandem with the labels. You're just crying about it. On the other hand, the labels are crying. These blogs aren't supposed to have our music, and they're posting it anyway. We have to stop them from doing that. Okay, but what's your alternative? What's your recourse? What's your plan? Because the blogs aren't going anywhere. The labels aren't going anywhere. So both of y'all need to shut up until you figure out, and somebody come to the table with a system of how this can be working in everybody's benefit. Because the labels aren't just going to let you run rampant with their music. And at the same time, the labels got to understand that blogs aren't going to stop posting. You know what I mean? And I feel both sides, because I understand internet culture and I'm a part of it, but I understand the record label world and I'm part of that too. Like when I see something posted, it's very rare that something of mine gets leaked, because I keep everything centralized. I keep it all in one place. I don't go from this studio to that studio. I have my own studio. Every once in a while when I have to put music in somebody else's hand, there's a rare occasion where it gets leaked. And it does get me upset, because it gets me upset especially when it's not an authorized, or not even authorized, but it's not finished. It's not a final mix, it's not mastered, it's a rough version of the song. You don't want the world to hear that. You want them to hear a finished product, because then it's getting prejudged, preconceived notions about the record, and I don't really want that. Let people judge the finished product as it's intended to be heard. And at the same time, it can affect me financially too. The artist might get mad and decide to pull the record off the album. Then what? The fans got to hear some music, and great. Now what? You guys heard some music. I lost out, not because of my own fault. Ain't nobody ever hacked my email or hacked my server and got music off me. So it's not my fault. Somebody else's irresponsibility is now taking money out of my pocket. And I feel like I've given enough free stuff to the world where I shouldn't have to now take one for the team. On the other hand, the label's got to understand, like, if a kid's trying to get hot and he gets his hand on an unreleased Jay-Z record or an Eminem record or something like that, he's not gonna not put it out with tags all over with his name on it. I think the problem is sometimes a lot of people in positions like that don't think how they can really monetize off it outside of that day. Like, in other words, you're hot for today. Here's Monday, and such has a new Jay-Z record that nobody's ever heard before. You put it out, you're hot for a day. Every blog is reposting and giving you props. What do you do after that? I bet you 99% of them can't answer that question. You're hot for a day. Okay, so what? So it's like, if you be smart about it, find a way to monetize off it and further yourself, create a brand off it. I think the only person who's successfully done that really is probably SK with Not Right. Other than that, blogs is just posting music just to be posting music. If that's what you want to be known for, cool. But I don't know how much of your rent that's really paying. So, get smart, stop crying, team up, figure out a system with the labels, and labels stop crying too, because y'all look stupid and prehistoric, complaining about this darn newfangled internet. It's been here for 10 years, and on a mainstream level, it's not going nowhere. Figure it out, work it out. The Megatron Don blog is on hiatus. It will be back though. What really happened to the blog was Twitter. It was easier for me to just tweet something than to have to sit there and go to WordPress and blog it. But then I got the WordPress app for the iPhone and for the iPad. So right now, I didn't want to just bring it back randomly with no reason. So I'm bringing it back, and you will all know when. And you will know that my name is the Lord, because I will strike upon the blogosphere with great vengeance and furious anger.